If you are in your 20s or 30s working in a corporate job and you feel constantly tired, mentally busy, emotionally flat, you are productive but not peaceful, and this is generally perceived as stress. I want you to hear this very clearly, that there is nothing wrong with you. You don't have a discipline problem, your mindset is perfectly fine, your ambition is also good, there's nothing wrong with you. What you're actually experiencing is not a personal failure, it is a simple design problem. And today in this video, I want to help you actually understand that this design, so that you stop blaming yourself and you solve this problem of stress forever. Now, before we move ahead, let's actually understand what stress is, because mostly people correlate stress with long hours or too much work, or if the boss is not good enough, or if you have a lot of deadlines that you don't meet. This is an inaccurate definition of stress. So stress actually is the gap between perceived demand and the resources you have. So if you have a complex task that you are supposed to do and you don't have enough resources to do it, then you feel stressed. How can I do it? Or if you have a tough interview to attend, you all of a sudden your body changes. I mean, you feel stressed. Why? Because the demand or the requirement of that one hour meeting or half an hour meeting is so high, and you feel that you don't have enough resources. So stress is the body's response to perceived demand when the resources feel insufficient, when you feel incompetent or you're not trained enough. That's it. So today's video is from the comment from Purvaja, and she says, I would like to see more videos on stressful and hectic life on corporate people, especially in their 20s. How can they balance stress-free work and life? And this is the first video I'm making from the comment. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below and I will make a video on that. Let's come back to the main video. So stress is not a weakness, it is simply biology doing its job in the body. And your body is constantly asking you one question, always, can I handle what's coming? Can I handle what's coming? And if the answer is maybe or no, the stress response in the body turns on, and that's why you will see two people in the same job, in the same company, and one person would be feeling stress and the other person would not be feeling stress. And that's the reason why desk jobs feel exhaustive and weekends actually don't ever recover you. So stress is simply perception plus recovery, and it's actually it has nothing to do with effort. So imagine you're getting a call and it's a good news, you feel happy, and if you get a sad news, you feel your entire biology changed. But what actually happened? See, you're the same person, phone is same, everything is same. It's just that some information came, you processed it in a certain way, and your entire biology shifted. So that means there is something going on in here, and the moment we solve this puzzle, you'll be able to navigate stress in a better way. Now, stress or stress response, I would say, because stress is not a problem. The response to stress is the problem, and the entire response to stress, your body reacts it in a very different way. Your body actually has an inbuilt stress cycle, and its whole reason for existence is to protect you, not to exhaust you. And this entire stress cycle has 5 steps. Step number 1 is perception. So perception is like something feels demanding. So you have an email or a deadline or a meeting or a message that is something, it's an input to your brain. So the moment this happens, your brain registers this message that, hey, something needs my attention, something has to be done. So this actually happens in the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex of our body, and this is not bad. This is not a weakness also. This is simple, normal human biology. The second step is activation. It's when your body prepares for what was, for example, let's take email. The moment email came or a message came, your body prepares for it. And how does it prepare is your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes more shallower, your muscles become slightly tight, and your body, the stress hormones released the stored energy inside them, and your body is saying like, okay, let's handle this. Till this point also, this is again healthy, this is still adaptive. Then comes the step number 3, that's called as action. This is the stage where you reply or you work on the problems, and in this state your body redirects the energy to your brain. It pauses digestion or all the repair processes in the body so that you can push through. This is where your focus also increases, your reaction time also increases. This again is normal. Till step 3, normal, very useful. Also, it's very temporary, and this is where stress is meant to be used. Like this is exactly like the moment you have to reply, work, or solve. You need stress, you need energy, you need focus, you need concentration, and for all of these things, your body needs resources, and the biological process enables us to deliver better. Then comes the step number 4, is completion. The body is like, hey, yes, we finished the task. Now let's come back to our normal movement, because elevated heart rate, tightened muscles, etc. This is not a normal state to be in. And you solve the step number 4, you complete this process through movement. But the moment you move your body, you tell your body that, hey, we are safe now. And the moment you don't do it, since this is an essential step, it disrupts the stress cycle. Historically, what would happen is people would move a lot, they would walk away, they would just shake off the tension, or they would rest after a strenuous effort. What would that do is their stress system, the nervous system receives the signal that, okay, the threat is handled and we are safe now. Like this is the moment you move your body or you take rest or recover your body receives the signal that we are safe now. And the moment your body gets to know that everything is safe, it starts to calm down. This tells the body that, okay, get back the nervous system, get back the elevated heart rate. This is step number 4. Next is step number 5, the last step. This is the stage where your body shuts down all the signals that it increased. This is the stage where your parasympathetic nervous system comes back online. Your body returns to the baseline. And it is at this stage, the moment you recover your body, your stress cycle completes at the step number 5. But the thing is that the modern problem, the problem that has come into existence in the last few decades, is that people generally complete step 1, step 2, step 3. But they usually skip the step number 4 and step number 5. They don't do a lot of recovery, they don't do a lot of movement. And the moment you don't move your body, the moment you don't have a clear shutdown signal to your body, the moment your nervous system is not reset, your body stays on by default. It's always, your brain is active, body is active, although you may not feel like it. This is the reason people generally feel tired but weird. They feel exhausted, but they're still unable to relax. If you have observed that, that means you have stress. But stress in itself is not enemy. Unfinished stress is. Okay? This is very important. So stress is not enemy, unfinished stress is the enemy. Now, when you work in a corporate setting, you get input, you prepare your body for it, you move your body, you work on it. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people do step 4 also, but step 5, it is never. A lot of people don't complete step 5. If people would have completed step 5, they would feel calm, hence no stress. So since step 5 is not completed, the stress cycle never finishes. Your body stays slightly alert all the time. It's not panicked, I would say. It's not calm also. It is just on. And now the most dangerous stress that is existent in the corporate professionals, or the most kind of stress that corporate professionals experience, is chronic low level stress. And it feels like your body feels like you're tired, you're mentally busy, you are especially in the nights we scroll a lot, or you feel irritated at small things, and you often keep thinking about quitting things. And this stress whispers, and the whispers wear people down quietly. And stress doesn't destroy people. Remember this. fourth time I'm mentioning this. Unfinished stress cycles definitely does. Now there's this famous idea that work-life balance, and most of the times work-life balance does not, actually work. It fails a lot because people are generally told that balance your work and life, and generally we perceive work and life in hours. But stress is not about hours. Stress is about nervous system, right? Remember I told you, when you get a call, something happens. Everything is happening inside our brain. So there are a lot of people who work for 8 hours and they feel exhausted, and there are people who work for 12 hours, 15 hours, and they still feel okay. The difference is recovery. You don't need fewer hours, you need a better recovery inside your body, inside the hours that you're already, spending into, existence, I would say. Now the real goal is what? Generally people wish to have a stress-free life. I disagree with that, because if you don't have stress, you will not be able to grow. It's iron becomes iron because it went under stress. Diamond becomes diamond because it went under stress. If there is no stress, you will not be able to, get better in your life. You'll not be able to achieve goals if there is no stress. So stress is very important. You need a resilient life. You need a stress resilient people. You need to be a stress resilient person. And stress resilient people activate whenever it's needed, be it an email or a job or any task. They recover fully and then they return to the baseline. And this is what high performers do. They don't avoid stress. They just recover faster. Now, this is about the whole story about the stress and the cycles it has. Now, what actually fixes the stress? This is very important. To solve the stress situation in our lives, you need to solve 4 layers. Even one layer, if you avoid, it will somehow mess up with your, hormonal response, and you will still continue to feel stressed. Layer number 1 is that you need to fix your sleep. Not a perfect sleep, but a predictable sleep. You need to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. You need to see some sunlight, especially in the morning. You need to have less stimulation of through screens or light at the night, so that your body regulates the stress hormones and you start feeling better. Biologically, what happens is the moment you regulate your circadian rhythm or the circadian clock, this circadian clock in turn regulates the cortisol levels, melatonin levels, insulin sensitivity, nervous system tone. It sorts all of these problems. And when the sleep timing is unstable, the stress hormones stay elevated even when the total sleeping hours feels to be okay. So if your sleep is not okay, the stress tolerance will decrease, and of course you will feel a lot of stress. The second layer to solve the problem is movement. See, when I say movement, I don't mean intense workouts or going to gym every day. What I mean is doing a light walk or some basic mobility or movement pattern every day. The moment you move your body, the movement sends the signal to our nervous system that, hey, the stress response has been used, it has been completed. Now, without regular, low intensity movement, the stress response or the stress hormones remain circulating inside inside our body. And the moment you do the movement, it completes the stress cycle. Third layer is structure, but it has to be predictable, because your brain relaxes when it knows what is going to come next. So when you have a consistent wake up time, when you have consistent starting of the work time, when you have consistent shutdown ritual where you calm yourself down, by having a predictable routine, it reduces the activity in the amygdala, and amygdala is the threat center for our body, and it lowers the baseline sympathetic nervous system activation in our body. And when the days are structured, the brain spends less energy scanning for uncertainty, and predictability lowers the baseline stress more than motivation will ever do. That's 100%. Now the layer number 4 is identity separation. See, a lot of people think job is their life, or they associate way too much with the job. And when your job identity equals to performance, stress becomes existential, rest feels unsafe, and failure feels personal. Jobs are simply chapters in life. It's not your identity. And when your identity is tied to work, your brain intercepts work stress as a threat to our survival, and social belonging. This keeps stress response active even outside the work, and that's why you feel overwhelmed or you keep thinking about the work even when you have left the work. The moment you have you separate yourself from the work, this will remove a lot of pressure from your brain. Now I need you to remember something. Stress is simply load divided by recovery, and most people try to reduce the load, but smart people increase recovery. What I mean by that is, so for example, let's take load is equal to work, and you have, let's take 10 as a number for the work, and your recovery is also 10. So if your work and recovery is equal, that means you have no stress. But what people generally do is they try to reduce the load. They're like, let's do less work. So they from 10 they keep it to 5, and then considering the recovery is same, it becomes 0.5. So stress is reduced. But real life, you can never reduce the load. Interestingly enough, load keeps increasing as life becomes getting better, or you want to proceed ahead, or if the higher the goal, the higher the load, for sure. Now what you do is, the moment your load is 10, and what you do is, smart people increase the recovery. Imagine now you 2x your recovery. If you are doing stretching for 5 minutes, let's do it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, or you do walk every day, or you do breathing, or you do so many things for recovery. If we do this, it also becomes 0.5. So the moment you increase the recovery, your load handling capability also increases, and this is where the recovery rises. This is where you become in a state where discipline becomes unnecessary. So now if you are stressed in a corporate life, hear this. See, understand first of all, you're not weak, you're not broken, you are not behind, you're simply overstimulated and under-recovered. Stress is not a moral failure, it is a simple biological signal. When you redesign your life to finish the stress cycles, cycle 1 to cycle 5, your health stops feeling like a fight and stress feels normal. And if this video helped you to understand yourself better, the stress better, sit with it, notice your stress levels, notice what do you do for your recovery, notice what never finishes. This awareness alone will change a lot of stuff in your life. And considering this video also ended, I have to share you something which happened a moment back. So while I was recording this video, I finished the entire video, and the moment I went to the mobile and check it, it had stopped because there was storage problem. And for a few seconds, like 20 seconds, I like, damn, what did happen? And then I was like, I calmed down. I literally did what I preached. And I swear, I came back, and then now I feel I have more energy. Now I feel even better. So the moment you have something going on in your life, the best part is to be calm, recover from it. It's just biology. The moment you fix your biology, everything will get fixed. And I hope you like this video. This is my first video, and if you have any questions, please drop down the comment in the comment below. And yeah, until next time, be well, take care, and rise and shine. Subscribe also.